Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I'm going to be doing playthroughs of some games that I really love. And we're starting off with Genshin Impact. And just a quick disclaimer, this is not my first time playing Genshin Impact, but this is my first replay of the game. I am currently waiting for Luna, is it Luna 4? Luna 3? I think it's Luna 3. Luna 3, 6.2. I'm really excited for Durin's banner, so I have quite a few wishes saved for him, so I'm really excited for that. But anyway, yes, we are diving into this again for the second time ever, and I thought I would just make a chill video with a bit of a voiceover and experience the game again, because I'm sure there are many things that I have forgotten about, and yeah, I think it would just be really fun and hopefully maybe like relaxing to people who just want to listen to a voice in the background or just want to watch some chill gaming and relax. So that's what I'm here for. And I started playing this game only about just over a year ago, and I selected Lumine for both this account and my original account, and I've just gone for this name because it's my channel name. Yeah, so I started playing this game in October of 2024, and yeah, I'm all caught up. I'm in Nogcry, and it's been a wild ride. I think in my opinion, Fontaine is peak. What would I say is my best achievement? That I need to think about. I'm not sure what my best achievement on the game is yet. Maybe pulling Zhongli. Honestly, he was a character I really wanted, and he was my first 5-star that I pulled on my account. I just adore him. He is my favourite character, and he's not got the best damage or anything, but he is essential for my teams just as a shielder, so big up to Zhongli and all the Zhongli fans out there. So yeah, here we are. We've just selected our character and we are now about to begin our tale into that. I always have memories of this in my old flat, or well, apartment, because I moved out about a month or two, but in fact it was a month and a half after I started playing Genshin, so I have very fond memories of beginning this adventure in my old place. And it was a very it was a Victorian build, so it had quite a lot of characters. So whenever I kind of think about this early point in the game, especially Mondstadt in general, I always get this kind of warm recollection of just being in my living room by the fire and playing this while sort of snuggled under a blanket. So yeah, it has a lot of good memories in that sense. This is a really handy tutorial for anybody who's maybe just started the game or want to start the game. Fighting the slimes becomes, well, second nature really. I mean, I haven't actually done it in a while, come to think of it, but I don't think there are many slimes in Nogcry that I can recall. But yeah, first teleport. And now we have unlocked the map. The map is huge, expansive. This is kind of the first game I've done, I guess, that has such an expansive map. I mean, I have played games that have a huge map, Red Dead Redemption 2, and we have Baldur's Gate, I would say, also has a very expansive map, and even having played that, I haven't explored everywhere. I mean, on my most recent playthrough, which was quite a while ago actually, I came across parts that I had never been to before and didn't even know existed. I kind of accidentally ended up in a place that I had no clue existed. Baldur's Gate, brilliant game. And yeah, I really fancy doing a Red Dead Redemption 2 replay at some point as well. I've played it twice. The first time I will never forget because I made the worst mistake at the end, without spoiling it for anyone, but I went back for the money. whatever you do, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Learn from my mistakes. Just, yeah, follow your heart, but do not follow the money, okay? It was quite funny playing this back actually as well, because the voice of Paimon at the beginning of the game is so different. I know that it was later recast, but I remember going back to the beginning of this game when I introduced my sister to it and hearing Paimon's voice, because at the time I was in Sumeru. I was doing the Sumeru Archon quests, and I was like, she sounds so ordinary, less screechy. I really, really preferred the original voice rather than what it sort of morphed into. And also as well, just a shout out to the new voice actor, because they do an amazing job, and I think that Paimon sounds great now, because I'm someone who's quite sensitive to sort of loud, high-pitched, screechy noises. I hate being in loud places. I hate just loud people as well in general. That maybe sounds really bad, but I'm quite sensitive to loud noises, so having her recast actually was like, it was really, really great for my ears, I think. So yeah, here we are wandering down to the lake where they have the statue of the Seven. I remember as well when I was first beginning this game and I had no clue what I was doing, what I had to collect, and it was only till a little bit later on that I realised you should really farm at any opportunity you get, because I think there was a quest I did where I had to collect, I can't remember exactly what the item was, but it was something I passed all the time and I just ignored it, and I was like, right, lesson learned. Farm as much as you can when you pass anything. Yeah, so here we are at the statue of the Seven. I always feel really good when I arrive at one of these. I don't know why, they're just really satisfying once you get to them. I can't really explain why. But yeah, this is also a statue of the Archon, god of animal, which I think is Barbatos. My knowledge of the lore, I really need to oil it because it's a tad rusty, I will say that. Also, I have been recently rewatching a video of the 2024 Lantern Rite when Gaming was introduced to the game, because I missed the Lantern Rite last year, but I absolutely loved the Lantern Rite this year, like this January. Man, some of these like limited events they have in this game are just so they're gorgeous, honestly. They really tug at your heartstrings. And I mean, with the Hu Tao story in the last Lantern Rite, I was nearly in tears. In fact, I think I did cry. But I also cried at the event they had with the Saurians when Aoife came into it and there was the little ghost Saurian. Oh man, it was and then with Bennett in the summer event that's just been, I say just been, it was like summer was months ago now, but that also was, there's such good storytellers. Here we are. We have a pyro slime gone like that. And what do you know, here are a few more. Now, pyro, this is why I'm also really excited for Durin and his banner that's coming in just over, in fact, it's 2 weeks today. His banner comes out. So excited! I don't have a decent 5-star pyro. I only have Dia and D-Look. My other decent pyros are 4 stars, and they're Bennett and Gaming. They're my best pyros. So I'm really looking forward to getting a 5-star pyro limited character. And yeah, I love Durin's design. I love his design. I love his lore. I can never say it right. Was it paralogism? I can never say the word right. English is hard. But yeah, I love Durin's character design, his outfit, his pink hair, his horns are really cool. I love the fact that he's a dragon. I seem to really have a fondness for the dragon characters, not just in Genshin as well, but also in Honkai Star Rail. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, there is just something about dragon characters that I don't know, I find them really, really endearing. Like in Genshin, for example, spoiler alert, by the way, if you want to close your ears for the next like 15 seconds, I love the fact, like, well, I think it's just really funny actually that I just find characters like Zhongli and Neuvillette really endearing, and they just so happen to be dragons. And that's the same in Honkai Star Rail with Danhang as well. I don't know, I seem to just find them really endearing for some reason. But here we go here doing a little thing where you collect dandelion seeds, which are good for leveling up certain Mondstadt characters. That includes Jean. I've had Jean quite a few times on my original account, and when they had the 5-star selector for the free character for the anniversary, which, you know, I think is still active till the end of the month. I can't remember exactly when it runs out, or if it does, I don't know. But I was like, I'm not selecting Jean because I've had her like 3 times already. No shade against Jean though, she's great. I decided to go for D-Look because I didn't have him. I'd spent like a whole year on my account and I'd never pulled D-Look. So I was like, I'm going to go for him because I don't have a decent Pyro. And talking of Pyro, I will talk a little bit once we meet her, Amber, and how I used her frequently in my early Genshin days. But here we are still exploring Mondstadt, collecting some Sunsetias, and we are heading towards Mondstadt. But it's quite funny, I remember as well climbing a lot in the early stages of the game because I hadn't upgraded the statues of the 7 for increase of stamina. And yeah, I found that out the hard way, and I feel like I'm probably going to find it the hard way again. Oh man, I forget how little stamina you have when you begin this game. It's kind of crazy how little you have. See, look, there is Mondstadt. Beautiful. I love how the inspiration's kind of been taken from sort of Germanic architecture. And oh my god. Sorry, I forgot at this point of the game you don't have your wing glider. Like, oh no. You've got to remember, no wing glider. You can't jump from high places. Okay, I'll try and not do that again. But here we go, wandering through the forest, one of my favourite places to go. And who are we about to come across? I'm trying to think, is it like, isn't this nah, it's not Razor yet, is it? Oh, Venti and Dvalin. Also, I believe Venti's coming up on a banner soon. But I am saving my Primogems for Durin and for Neuvillette and for Varka. Those are my big 3 for the next couple of months. I will be saving my Primogems for them. I have to say, I remember with Dvalin, I thought his design was so cool. Like, oh, those deep blues. Oh. And here we are, waiting for the fight, which isn't until the end of... I mean, it's kind of like a prologue, but it's because it's not as long as the other Archon quests. Sorry, my brain just getting totally distracted because it's snowing really heavily outside today. So if you do happen to hear wind or some dodgy noises in the background, it's because there's a blizzard outside, which is quite unusual. It doesn't usually snow here. But I am all snug and cozy inside and just playing a bit of Genshin because why not? Yes, we've got some dandelion seeds, which are good for Jean. Cooking. I really enjoy cooking on this game. It's weirdly satisfying. Again, can't explain why. I think one of my favourite dishes to cook are the macarons. They just look so delicious. Crimson Crystal. I just remember too when I started playing this game for the first time, I was like, Paimon, why do you speak in third person? The Traveller never questions it. Like, we just accept that she speaks in third person. I do wonder, are we going to get lore? Like, maybe it's probably more towards the end game. Like, who or what is Paimon? You know? It's just the whole story of the twins. It's funny because you just don't know what the deal is. You know, this game has been around for 5 years and we still really have no idea who Paimon is. Now here we have Amber. Now, I was going to tell you about Amber. She was in my main party for a good amount of time. I would say maybe about 3 months. I had her in my team because even though I did accumulate a lot of wishes, I never got another pyro character for ages. And so I had to level her up because my world level went up. I did the ascension challenges and I just didn't have a decent pyro. I wouldn't get a pyro on the standard and I wouldn't get it on the limited banners either. So I just kind of had to make do with Amber on my team. And as soon as I knew it, I was at level 10 friendship with her. And I was like, huh, how'd that happen? But yeah, now I have my main sort of pyro teams. It's funny though because I actually use my 4 stars more than my 5 stars. Like Diluc and Dia, kind of on the sidelines for me. I tend to use Bennett and Gaming because they're both amazing. And they're cutie patooties. They have to be in a couple of my teams. So Amber she's sadly been left on a shelf to gather dust in my character selector. Sorry, Amber. But here she is. She's finally joined my team. Honestly though, looking back, she's really not that good. I would say that's probably the same for a lot of bow characters, although I have a Roron and he was one of the first characters that I leveled up completely to level 90. And he's actually really good at level 90, and also I think his design is really, really cool. Also, I forgot to mention Zhang Ling because you get her for free once you reach... Wait, do you get her once you reach Liyue, or is it before that? I'll have to keep playing and find out, I guess, because I've totally forgotten when you get her. I remember getting Collie when you're in Sumeru, but I don't remember exactly when you get Zhang Ling. But yeah, for some reason, I didn't... I'm trying to remember now why I didn't have her in my team, because a lot of people say Zhang Ling is really good. I'm thinking, did I just neglect Zhang Ling for Amber? I think I might have done, actually. Oh dear. It's quite funny looking back in retrospect. But yeah, I think Auroron was my first 4-star that I actually really liked the gameplay of. Because yeah, Amber is okay, but I really also love his special skill. Because before I had Zhongli, before I pulled him, getting to high places was kind of difficult. But with Auroron's special skill, you can rise up just a little bit higher in a jump, which is quite fun. And I really love the Night Soul state that the Natlan characters get. I just think it looks really amazing, actually. That's me just thinking I was going to jump off there. No, we don't have a wind glider yet. Don't do that. And here we are with some hilly churls. I think when I went through the Genshin anniversary, it was like a web event. That's what it was. It was a web event, and it told you your statistics of your account and how many. I need to see if I can find it again, but it said how many enemies you had defeated in that amount of time, and that'd only been like a year, and I can't remember, but it was really cool, the statistics that you got. Let me just look it up. It's probably something I wrote in a message. Me saying my King Zhongli, because it came up as, yeah, he was my first 5-star, and it came up in the anniversary recap that it had of my account. Let's have a look here. And okay, my first hidden achievement. co-op stats. Yeah, on the 21st of December. Yeah, 21st of December 2024, I got Zhongli as my first 5-star companion. Although it says here that Risley is the one that I have used the most, which is true, I would say. He's been in a lot of my teams, and Auroron, unsurprisingly. So here we go, and I am still trying to remember that I don't have a wind glider. God, I can't believe that I've already jumped off so many places without remembering that. I'm just so used to having it. I'm looking forward to getting the Nodcry wind glider that you get through the Selenic Chronicles. It looks so pretty. It's purple and it has stars on it. I think it has moons on it too. It looks so pretty. I can't wait to get that. It's going to be another few weeks before I get it, but I am more than halfway through the second part of the Selenic Chronicles now with Columbina. I'd love to know people's thoughts as well on the recent leaks about Columbina. What do you guys make of it? I mean, she was never really on my radar to pull. I was never really fussed by her as a character. Don't come for me. But yeah, I was never really one of those people who was like, oh, she's a definite pull. For me, I'm not bothered, to be honest. But I am looking forward to trialing her out when her banner comes, because gameplay is really important to me. Like, design is important, of course, but it's not like a deal breaker if the design's not quite what I like. Gameplay is probably a bigger deal to me. I think that's why, shocker, I've never pulled Farina, and I know that this is like a crime, to be honest, because almost everybody has Farina, because she is really, really good. But the problem is the banners that have come round in that time have been ones that I've wanted to either skip or get a specific character. So the last banner she was on, I've had to skip her, and I've had to skip Zhongli's rerun, and I can't believe that I'm saying that, because I'm saving for Durin. And then in her previous rerun, it was on a banner with Risley, and I really wanted Risley, so I pulled for Risley instead of Farina. So I am yet to pull Farina on my account. I think a part of me probably regrets it, but I was more than happy to get Risley, and I am not risking anything when it comes to pulling for Durin, because I'm hoping to get him and his weapon ideally to at least C1 R1, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Sorry, go back to my was it Tracing the Heart's Journey? That's what it was. Oh, forgive me, that's my stomach. It's always making a ton of noises now. Oh, it says here that I've defeated a total of 23,219 opponents. That's what I was looking for. And I've made a total of 2,279 dishes and earned a total of 74 million mora. That's pretty crazy. That's some stats there. That's only been in like a year. Crazy. And finally, we have made it to the bridge just outside of Mondstadt. It's such a cozy little place. Oh, and these bloomin' pigeons on the bridge. There is a quest with that, is there not? You have to talk to the kid on the bridge. I can't remember. It's been so long. I honestly have no idea. But yeah, this is the wonderful city of Mondstadt. I'm just going to go and collect some things. Mint, probably a few dandelions as well. I don't know. There's a world quest, I think, where you have to give these to someone. That's not Jean. I mean, obviously I've not pulled Jean on this account yet, but I'm pretty sure you have to pick some up and give them to a vendor or something like that. So I'll just collect a few of these just now. Should I go over to... Yeah, let's just go over to the other side. And just get a few of these. It's annoying how slow the recharge is, but it is what it is. This is early game. I haven't earned the right yet, or the strength to get these quicker than this. But there we go. Yeah, because there's fishing along here as well at some point, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I was on Lumine's design. I'm not the biggest fan of Lumine's design, honestly, or Ether, but I do like Ether's hair. I think it's cute. Here we are. We finally made it to Mondstadt. On the music and the soundtrack. You know where you listen to music and it just puts you like in a place where you feel like you're in a hot spring, like you feel like you're in this really cozy, safe place. That's what coming home to Mondstadt means to me. That sounded really deep. I didn't mean for it to, but yeah, there is just something really homely and welcoming about Mondstadt. So I love coming back here at any opportunity, especially if there is a limited event that is in Mondstadt, like, here we see again, paralogism? Oh my god. I don't know why that word just trips me up every single time. And yeah, here we're talking about Storm Terror. And Jean, we're about to meet the Knights of Favonius. Talking of Knights of Favonius, Varka, holy balls. Pardon my French, but he might be the most handsome character in Genshin ever. And I'm not somebody who usually likes blondes, right? But he's an exception. Well, I know Dainsleif's quite cute too, though, to be honest. When is he becoming playable? Oh my gosh. My recent pulls have been quite interesting. On the first day when version 6 came out, Luna 1, I pulled Lauma, and I was so tempted to try and get her to C1 because she heals, right? And also she's just super pretty. I love her colour palette and the fact that her little trailer, I remember this really vividly because I was at my brother's because I was heading to a concert the next day that was in London, and I was watching the special programme live stream, and at the end of the stream they had this short teaser, and it was of this woman in this snowy mountainside, and she was speaking with a deer, and I was like, is this the perfect character they've ever made? Because I, for one, am someone who loves the forest. I love deer, right? That sounds really basic, but I do. I love woodland creatures, anything to do with the forest and woods, because for me it's a place I find a lot of peace in. I think it's a place that, yeah, is very solitary, but it's also very safe in my mind. And it's like away from all of the hustle and bustle of the world. And so instantly, as soon as I saw Lauma and the fact she could talk to animals, I knew I had to pull her. So I pulled her, and I was, considering getting her to C1. But then I decided not to. And then Flince's banner came up. And then I said, you know what? A 10 pull is not going to hurt. Guys, I got Flince as well. And it was with Capturing Radiance, which is in the game. And it's not very common, but when the animation came up for it, I was in shock. My jaw hit the floor. How cool is this statue, by the way, guys? I'm going to try and climb it without... This is going to be a bad idea, but this is obviously without the wind glider. I'm going to fall right off, but you know what? You only live once. Let's just try and do this. And because there is an achievement if you sit in the statue's hands. So I'm going to see if I can get up there, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh my god, I hate when the game does that. You're trying to climb something and then your body, like your character, gets contorted into these really weird shapes. Some of them are quite entertaining though, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I got Flints, and I didn't get Blood-Soaked Ruins, but I hope to get it on his rerun, whenever that will be. And yeah, I also got Aino as well, but I have not wished since accidentally pulling for Flints. I do not regret pulling Flints. The only other time I've pulled a character that I didn't particularly... Well, it wasn't that I didn't want them, it's just I was saving at the time for Kaniche. And then, again... Oh my god! Wind glider! Okay. God's sake, yeah, no. Yeah, I wanted to pull Navia. Her banner was before Kenichi's, but I was kind of annoyed because I thought I'm saving up for Kenichi, so I'm gonna have to skip her. Even though I think her gameplay is one of the most fun. I love her Gunbrella. That thing is legendary. She's just so much fun to play. If you're looking for a 5-star character, if you've just started the game and her banner comes up, I would highly recommend it. She's also super powerful, even at C0. So yeah, I got Navia by accident, and I thought, great, that means that I'm going to lose and not get Kenichi. However, luck was on my side. Here we are, finally learning to wind glide. Hooray, I'm not going to fall to my death. Yeah, so I ended up actually pulling Kenichi as well, and his weapon. Even though I was due to lose the weapons banner, I managed to get, is it Fang of the Mountain King? Is that what it's called? So I was so happy about that, because I love Kenichi's gameplay as well. It's one of my absolute favourites, even though he's like a single target character in his fighting style. I think he's so fun, and how can I even begin to... It's like a Mean Girls moment. How can I begin to describe Kahula How? Yeah. So yeah, wishing in general on this game is a rush. It is. It's not for the weak. Because inevitably you will get characters that you did not expect to get, and I have learned as well that building pity, don't do it unless it's a banner that you are more than happy to lose on, or get a character that you wouldn't mind getting. Like, say, with the whole Navia thing, I did want her, but I thought I was going to have to skip her. But then I accidentally got her, and I have no regrets. So with Navia and with Flint's, even though they were both accidents, they were happy accidents on my account. So, yeah, just, I would say bear that in mind for anyone who's beginning to play. Don't just wish for the sake of wishing if you don't want any of the characters on the banners. Yeah, just don't let the dopamine of wishing make mistakes for you. That's all I'm going to say. No, I'd actually forgotten about this. I don't remember many parts of the game where you do this, where you like shoot like this. I don't even think in the main boss, once we fight Storm Terror, at the end of the act, I don't even think you do this. You kind of shoot him with an arrow, I think, in his purple horn thing. But you don't really... I don't think you really shoot him at all. I don't know. But yeah, when I've been doing this as well for Trounce domains, again, Zhongli has come to my aid many times to keep my team alive. I use Bennett for that too, but I find that having a shield is, well, to me anyway, it feels safer than having a healer. But it depends as well who you're fighting, because if you're fighting Rift Hounds, different story, but we're not even close to getting to Inazuma yet, so. And here we are, introduction to Mr. Kaya, who I also had in my main team for a very, very long time, because I didn't have a decent cryo until I think one day I pulled a random... Was it? Who was my first cryo? I have a feeling it was Rosaria, maybe? Because at first I was like, I don't know who this is. Which I think is the case for most people when they start a gacha game. Like when you pull Noelle, for example, when you first get to Wish in this game, it's like, okay, I can pull for her, but I don't know who she is. For me, I need to know the character before I pull them, you know? And this takes me back to Farina once again, because her story arc is honestly one of the most captivating yet gut-wrenching stories in the entire game. I think Masquerade of the Guilty is one of the best, in fact I would say arguably the best Archon quest in the entire game. The scene with Focalor and Neuvillette, like that, it broke my heart, and it was just so beautifully done as well. Everything about it, the voice acting, the music, the animation, everything about it was just peak. Yeah, which I think is why, as well, Fontaine just has a really special place in my heart. When it comes to any nation in Teyvat, I think Fontaine is really, really special. And I just love all the characters in Fontaine as well. They just all seem so fleshed out. Not to say that there are many characters that aren't, but I mean, there are a few characters, such as, I would say, Emily, who we got like one quest with, and that was it. She was basically never mentioned again and hasn't appeared since. And she's just like a random 5-star that we know very little about, and she doesn't have much of a purpose in the game other than she is a great support, I think, for Kniche teams. But yeah, so when it comes to characterization, backstories and things like that, Farina's definitely one of the best. Again, it's just I haven't had the right situation in which I can wish for her. You know, my sister actually managed to pull Farina this time round, but I am, yet to pull for her. But anyway, here we go. We're entering the Knights of Favonius, about to meet some very important people. Here is Jean. Now, she is the sort of acting grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius while Mr. Varka is away. Honestly, I got chills when Varka was introduced in game. That was one amazing introduction. Although I have to say, I have really enjoyed all of the characters that have been introduced from Nordcry thus far. So that's Lauma, Flint's, Nefer not so much. I've never been that bothered by Nefer. Her playstyle is okay, but it didn't really do anything for me. And honestly, I got a little bit bored during her sort of part of the Archon quest. It felt very much like a Nefer adventure quest was kind of tucked into the Archon quest, and it kind of just went on for a little bit too long in my opinion. So Nefer I'm not bothered by, really. But I am, like I say, looking forward to Durin and to Varka. Maybe Columbina, Sandrone, Alice. I mean, there are a lot of future characters that I'm looking forward to, but yeah, I just didn't really warm to Nefer, unfortunately. But I am looking forward to Durin's adventure quest. Apparently he's getting a separate adventure quest in the new update. And yeah, both him and Albedo, I find they're so cute, and I can't wait to kind of know more about them. And I love this game for the story. I know there are a lot of people who just skip the story because they just want the primos, but I'm very much the kind of person who enjoys the story. And I read a lot, so it kind of makes sense. Oh, the 3 of the 4 temples. Doing the temples is quite fun. But I think it was the Temple of the Lion, and I did the first one, which I think is it Melt or something? You have to use Pyro and Cryo in that sort of little trial. And then I kind of forgot about it, and then I went back to it once I think I'd completed Fontaine or something, because it said that I hadn't done it, and I thought, which was quite funny. So I just unlocked Miliastra Wonderland, which was out in the last update, but I have to say I'm not overly enamoured by it. Any kind of sort of UGC stuff doesn't really appeal to me personally. It took me a while as well to even warm up to doing like the Serenity Pot, or do you say Serenity Pot because it is a teapot? Which way do you say it? I always say Serenity Pot, but I don't know. I did enjoy upgrading it actually, but it did take a while before I got interested. So who knows, I might give it a go, but here we are, finally unlocking wishes. We have Arlecchino and Zhongli on the banners, which is exciting. I really hope that they introduce a new weapon for Zhongli, or at least give him some buffs, because, I mean, Vortex Vanquisher I've heard a lot about online, and is apparently not the best. His best weapon is a 3-star Black Tassel, which I currently have in my Zhongli on my original account. And And yeah, I'm just like, why is his signature weapon so bad? Okay, here we are. That's the character selector for the anniversary. Which I'm trying to think who I want to pull on this account because it's difficult. I hear that there are going to be some Hex and Circle buffs coming to some characters, including people like Mona. So I'm like, do I pull Mona? I'll just leave it for now and I'll think it over before I pull anyone. Because on my original account, I pulled D-Look, like I say, because I didn't have a Pyro character that was decent. So who knows? So here we are flying through Mondstadt. Finally, I'm not falling. I'm actually falling with style, as they say in Toy Story. And I'm heading towards the temple. Although I might stop by the blacksmith. Maybe. It's always good to... Yeah, yeah. It's good to get some... what was the word I was even looking for? I've just completely lost my train of thought. The crystals, what are they called? I've totally forgotten what they were called. Where you can forge, anyway, what you need to upgrade weapons. My sister loves Wagner. Every time I pass him, she's like, oh my gosh, it's Wagner. Ah. She's like, oh, he's so hot. And I'm like, okay, you do you, girl. Oh yes, an enhancement ore. That's what it is. You forge... Is it fine? Oh my gosh, sorry. That was my stomach. I have had a huge, like, lifestyle haul in the last 2 years. And I've become, like, super aware of how loud my stomach is now. It makes noises all the time. And it's not hunger. I don't know what it is. But it's very vocal these days. And I don't know why. Let me see, yeah, enhance silver sword. Get my fine enhancement ore. Yeah, that'll do, I think, for now. Oh, it's so funny seeing how little I have in my inventory. Like, I'm so used to having loads. Let's do collecting some of the iron ore. This is so easy when you've got Zhongli though. You just used his like elemental skill. Just hold it down and then there's like a big shield that just destroys everything around you. It's really great as well for collecting stuff like Core Lapis if you're wanting to upgrade Zhongli or Albedo. And I think, no, not Albedo, Chongyun. I think those are the two that I have anyway that need Core Lapis. And it's much easier to farm if you have Zhongli around. Collect some iron chunks. It's so frustrating having to attack it so often when I've been used to sort of my level 90 weaponry. There we go. Oh, it looks so pretty with the sun setting. Oh. Yeah, fast travel to a place that I've literally just been, but okay. Let's just head back to the city. I really wish as well you could personalize your traveler, because I know like in Honkai Star Rail, yeah, okay, you can't really personalize them, but you can give them some accessories in Honkai Star Rail to your Trailblazer. And recently I'd got the little, what would you call them? They were like trash cats, this like on the snack run mini game event thing, and you got these like little hats and it was like really cute. I kind of wish Genshin would do something like that. I mean, I know you get the echoes, but I am not the best at Imaginarium Theatre. I'm really not. I try my best, but I mean, I think the most I've ever got is Act 5, which is pretty appalling if I'm honest, but a lot of my characters I've not leveled up to a high enough standard yet, so just have to wait for that. Yeah, we're just going to wait to forge some of these ores. There we go. You can always come and see me. Oh, I sure will. I sure will, Wagner. But yeah, this is sort of, again, it's kind of like a tutorial about forging and things like that. You can make 4-star weapons if you get their blueprints. That was, was it in Dragonspine? I did a quest that took forever, but I got a blueprint for a really cool sword. And I think that's a 4-star. But it does look really, really cool. So here we have adventure rank rewards, which are always a rush of dopamine. I love getting these. And maybe I'll use these to wish. Should I? I probably should do, the beginner's wish. You know, my sister, she's been playing for nearly a year and she's never done this beginner's wish. Like, the Noelle banner is still there. I'm like, girl, just do it. Just get it out of the way. It's just, to me, it's just messy having that banner and you, like, she's not pulled on it. And it's like, girl, you're not a beginner anymore. Like, come on. But she doesn't want to waste the Prima Gems, so fair play, to be honest. And did we get her? Yes, we did. We've got Noelle, who I might add to the party. But I when I started with my original account, I kind of neglected her because I got Zhongli and I was like, well, I don't need another Geo. I've got my 5-star Geo, so it's not really a problem. But yeah, I always thought her design was pretty cool though. She's got this kind of robotic, badass maiden thing going on. It's like, you go, girl. There we go. 4 standard wishes. Might as well use them up. Why not? It's not going to be anything decent, unfortunately, when you've got the wishing system in this game, which is basically you get something half decent every 10 pulls. But sometimes you get lucky and you get more than that. In a 10 pull, I think the best I've had in a 10 pull was probably when I got flints, I got flints and Aino, and I got a couple of good weapons as well, but I've never had the same character multiple times in a 10 pull, which I've seen happen online, but it's never happened to me. Maybe for Durin. We can always hope. And so here we go, wishing on the Zhongli banner. Although unfortunately I'm not going to get Zhongli as much as I would love to get him on this account because he is probably my favourite character in the entire game. He's just got this really quiet strength and wisdom, and he is also effortlessly charming. I can't really explain it. If you are like myself and love Zhongli, you'll understand. Some people think he's like kind of boring, but I think he is absolutely fascinating, especially just the way he speaks. He's so eloquent, and I love that in a character, because I think nowadays eloquence is not something that you hear very much in general conversation. He kind of transports you to a time and a place that doesn't really exist anymore, which I think is kind of the beauty of his character and shows his age, wink wink. Yeah, that archive, right? I never ever check the archive anymore. I forget that it actually exists. Blessing of the Welkin Moon is in itself, yeah, a blessing. I get it every single month without fail just to get those extra Prima Gems, because you never know when you're going to need them. I spent a lot of standard wishes early on in the game previously, but then I realised that the standard banner really isn't worth pulling on or spending your primos on. Just save them for the limited banners. Yeah, I'm going to pick this character for the anniversary. Now, I've heard there are going to be a lot of changes to these characters, buffs for the Hexen Circle, and Mona's part of the Hexen Circle, so I think I'm going to pull Mona. On my other account, my first standard character was, I think it was Jean. And I've also got Yumi Mizuki, Dia, Tainari, Diluc. The only ones that have evaded me on my other account are, well, Mona, who I've just pulled here, and Chi-Chi and Kicheng. Those are the 3 I don't have on my other account. I'm yet to pull them. But I am due to lose the limited banner when Durin's banner comes up. But who knows? I might not lose. I've got my fingers crossed. I don't want to pull a Chi-Chi. Has anyone else seen that on TikTok? The I pulled a Chi-Chi. I can see it happening to me, you know. The one time where I'm like, I don't want to pull a standard character, and that character is Chi-Chi, and then I end up pulling her because when her splash art comes up, you just know that it's her. I could do without it, to be honest. But yeah, a good Hydro character. I still, on my main account, I don't have that good of a Hydro character. My best one is Kamisato Ayato. I have him at level 90 C1. So he's okay, but I still don't have a decent second Hydro. I could have pulled Farina, but I didn't. I will in the future. I have everything for her in my inventory. Like, I have all of her Ascension materials ready, but yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for her to rerun. I do have Aino though, who I was thinking of upgrading, but that boss challenge, Knuckle Duckle, that is not a fun boss. It's really not. Some bosses I have a lot of fun, actually. I think I really enjoy Kenichi's one with the Mountain King. I don't know why specifically. I also really enjoy Gaming's one as well. I can't remember the name of the boss with Gaming, but I don't know, I find it really satisfying when you kind of break the shell first before you properly deal damage. Yeah, it's really satisfying. Storm Terror. Yeah, like, it's so funny doing this back again. Because it feels like an age since I've heard the name Storm Terror or Dvalin. This whole first act seems like decades ago, even though I only really did this like a year and a bit ago. It's just funny how much my life has changed since I started, and it's really only been like a year. It's crazy. Enter the temple. Obviously don't have a great team, but yeah, you only need what, a level? Oh, there's no level limit. I thought there would be like level 5 or something, but I have an okay team. I have an okay team for now. So open the door. Oh my god, straight away I recognise doing this. This is nostalgic. Amber. I really do not like Amber. Not that I don't like her as a character, I just don't like her gameplay. It just does not excite me at all. I think Kenichi's the best, or one of the best gameplays. He is so much fun. So much fun. I enjoy Risley's as well, but I've used him so much that it kind of doesn't excite me anymore. But there are a lot of characters I'm leveling up currently, like Fischl, Chongyun. I have leveled up Fremine, but I am currently leveling up his weapon, which I currently have as Serpent Spine. I have Serpent Spine for quite a few characters already, but I swapped his out for Gaming to have, so Gaming has level 90 Serpent Spine that I previously had on Fremine, and now Fremine has another Serpent Spine at level 60. So I am currently trying to level that up. But the domains being open on certain days is one of the greatest hardships of this game. You need a lot of patience if you suddenly want to level up a character. Check out their domains and see when they're open. I think it's kind of annoying they're only open on certain days, whereas in Star Rail I think they're open all the time. Also, another thing in Star Rail that I really love is you can collect, well, you can get a guide to collect it's not really, well, yeah, Ascension materials for characters you don't even have. Like, I've been collecting for Finan and Sunday, and I don't have either of them yet. But Finan's coming up in like a couple of days, so I'm gonna go wish for him. Hopefully I will get him. Oh, I say wish, warp. Sorry, I forget in Honkai Star Rail it's warping, not wishing, but you get it. If you play both, you understand. Wow, yeah, oh. Hilly Charles, man. It's always so funny if you're just exploring and you just hear their sort of guttural scream right at you and you're like, yep, that's a Hilly Churl. Thankfully they're the easiest to defeat. Common chest. Oh, I constantly click the wrong thing now too because of Honkai Star Rail. I've been used to pressing like X and square. I keep getting them mixed up for the wrong thing. Like in Star Rail, I will press, I'll click X and they'll jump and I'm like, oh no, it's square. Oh man, I constantly forget which game I'm playing. I don't know why I always find this really satisfying as well when you have these huge animal boosts. I don't know. It's just satisfying to look at. And it's really helpful like when you're in Dragonspine. Oh, Dragonspine. I can never tell if I enjoy Dragonspine. You know what? I would say I did. I did enjoy Dragonspine. It was just when you had these 3 crystals that you had to attack with the Crimson Agate. Is that what it was? Yeah, because that was... First time I did it, I had no clue what I was doing. And I don't like to look up the online guides. I like to try and give things a good go first before I turn to the internet for advice. But I had to, because I just got so frustrated, like, what am I doing wrong? But yeah, that was, I recently actually did that again for my sister, because she's doing Dragonspine right now, and I was like, okay, I've done this before, just let me do it, saves you having to get frustrated like I did. But yeah, I went to Dragonspine pretty much after I'd finished Natlan, actually. I didn't visit Dragonspine that much. I can't even remember if it was in the Archon quests or not, but I did visit there and then I kind of forgot about it for a while and then I came back and then I realised there were like hundreds of chests and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a hoard of treasure here. So yeah, but I ended up having a lot of fun in Dragonspine despite the fact I got frustrated with some of the puzzles. Although you talk about getting frustrated doing puzzles, I think the most frustrating place for puzzles is the desert in Sumeru because, wow, that requires a lot of patience and unfortunately I'm not the most patient of people. In fact, I'm better these days, but I mean, it was like when I was doing Hu Tao's adventure quest and you had to keep going through the same sort of cavern several times. Or was it Zhao's adventure quest as well, when you had to change a compass and there was like a gate that would only open if you'd gone through the door a certain amount of times and things like that. I was getting so annoyed. But yeah, at the end of the day, perseverance, and I think it does test your patience, especially if you just want to play the game as a sort of relaxing thing rather than like hardcore gaming session. Like if you're not feeling particularly bothered or productive and you just want to relax, because I love playing this game just to relax, and if you have to think too much and use your brain juice, it's I'm kind of like, why? Why? The whole mausoleum of King Deshret with Jet and the gang, I enjoyed them as characters, but again, it was just the puzzles were too much for my brain because I wanted to just mindlessly play. But at the end of the day, I got there. It was fine. More of my favourite, Haley Charles. Always, I don't know why, I love the satisfaction of the slimes. Especially if they have ice or something or geo rock around them, like when you smash that. Exquisite chest. Now I'll probably have to go through here. I think I'm headed on my way up to the cliff. Yes. Oh, Animoculus. I still haven't got all of these, by the way. I've only maxed out Geoculus in Liyue, and I've nearly maxed them out in Fontaine, but I'm nowhere near maxing them out, like Animoculus and the Electroculus. Is it Electroculus? Although I have made quite a lot of progress at the sacred sakura, which I love, by the way. Like, I love going to the is it Great or Grand Narukami Shrine. I love that place. I don't know, it's beautiful but also really peaceful. And I'm a sucker for cherry blossoms in general, so it's a place I like to go if we have like a moment to just take in-game pictures. I love doing this sort of in-game photography. I think it's a lot of fun. And I love the events, actually, the little short events that were recent where you had to take pictures of characters, like with Yoimiya with the fireworks in the background. I thought that was really cute. And also at the summer event, and I remember taking some with Fremini and Pear. And yeah, I just thought it was really cute. And I just love photography, so it definitely appealed to me. I'll probably do these in my next video. I think I'm probably going to wrap it up fairly soon. But I do need to do these 2 domains so I can secure Kaya and Lisa for my teams. I was a Lisa user, like she was my profile picture I think when I first started, because I didn't really like the Traveler, like their style. So I think I had Lisa as my profile picture, if I remember correctly, before I got anybody decent. Although I think Lisa's quite fun to play. I just haven't upgraded her past like level 40, I think. Yeah, so where are we going to head to now? We'll probably head down here. And we'll get to, up this cliff, and we'll see if we can get Lisa. We'll go for Lisa first and then Kaya. I also find it so satisfying farming things on here, like picking up the snapdragons and stuff. I don't know if it's just the sound that comes with it, but yeah, there's a lot about this game that satisfies me, that just relaxes me. It's honestly been a lifesaver for days where I've had kind of, bad anxiety, or if I've been feeling really down, or if I just need a distraction, then Genshin's here. And it's honestly like, I've played a lot of video games in my time, and this is by far one of the best that I've played, and I can't believe that I didn't get into playing it sooner, quite frankly. I remember seeing it in the App Store, and it was rated really highly. It was like one of the top games in the sort of game section of the App Store, and I was like, maybe I should download that someday. And then I did, after seeing a video, and I thought, yeah, this game's going to be, I think, both a blessing and a curse, because I love it, but it also takes up a lot of my time as someone who's self-employed as well. Like, safe to say, a lot of work does not get done because of this game. Why am I even climbing here? I don't think I'm going to have enough stamina. I'm going to literally fall. Well, I've made the commitment now, so I might as well just keep going. Oh god, this is not going to end well. You guys, this is, oh no. If I make it to the top here, it would be a miracle. Okay, is there anything I can do here? I don't think any of these have stamina. No. Okay, this was a bad idea. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna keep going. Oh god, I'm gonna fall. Oh, could have seen that coming. Oh, sorry, that was, I should have, wait, is there anywhere? Oh yeah, I could have just gone up here, saved myself the embarrassment of that situation. Oh man, just Genshin things, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna get to the top of this cliff, and I'm gonna wrap it up here and head into hopefully another Genshin video. I personally find this just really relaxing, and I hope you did as well. For the record also, if you've managed to watch this far, then I applaud you. If you're a bit unsure about my accent, by the way, I am Scottish. Just to clarify, a lot of people have asked me in the past if I'm Irish. No, I'm Scottish. But yeah, this is me wrapping this up, and we will start from here at the next playthrough. Thanks, guys. Bye.